Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Lots and lots of news stories to get through today, quite a varied selection. We will try and get through as many as we can, but I thought we'd start with that most sort of charming and charismatic of characters, James Dornan, MSP. He is truly the Scunner Campbell of the SNP. He's been embroiled on a spat on social media, on X, the site formerly known as Twitter, and he's been using the most inappropriate language for an elected representative of the people. And of course, nothing is going to be more surprising, isn't it? The Fs, well, one didn't wait on the next. The insults flew, the rage, the hate. The man truly is a spitball of self-loathing. But then he has much to loathe himself about. Now, he's soon going to be an ex-MSP, of course. He's quitting. And one wonders, how is he going to vent all this inner rage and hate and bigotry without having the platform of politics? Don't know. Don't care. As soon as he goes, the better. Well, we'll take a look at him, see what's been going on, and see what's been said about this Leviathan of Scottish politics. Here goes. So, SNP's James Dornan condemned for deeply inappropriate language in his latest online spat. The soon-to-be former, not soon enough if you want my opinion, SNP MSP has been criticised for calling an online troll an effing moron and using the royals to launch a grim attack. But he doesn't really mean it. He loves the royal family. Now, I must say, for a man who earns as much as he does as an MSP, you'd think he'd go to a better tailor and get a bit of clothing that actually fit. Because just look how long down his arm. I mean, is he wearing somebody else's jacket? Or is it just that the smallest jackets you can buy in M&S don't go down to his tiny diminutive stature? Who knows? But you'd think he'd get a tailored suit at the very least. And the facial expression as well does look like he's trying to shit a lump of coal. Anyway, there he is, the most wonderful human being one would ever wish to meet. The St. Francis of Assisi, if you like, of Holyrood. A wonderful man, filled with compassion and care about all his constituents, not just the ones that he thinks are worthy. James Dornan, MSP, has been slated for calling an online troll an effing moron and an effing coward during a late night social media argument. Well, if you want a coward, that's him. He is a bully and a coward, and he wouldn't stand up, when anyone else with half a brain could just take him apart, because he's pretty thick, it must be said. The Glasgow Cathcart representative for the SNP is known for his colourful interactions on X. However, this has been deemed well below the standard of professionalism expected for MSPs. Tory MSP Annie Wells said, "This language from a sitting SNP MSP is deeply inappropriate." Yes, but it's what he is. He is that kind of person, isn't he? I wouldn't expect any less. To be honest, I wouldn't expect any less. Because that is where he is. He's a gutter politician. And he's got gutter politics. So why shouldn't he have gutter language? One shouldn't be surprised at this. The altercation with an ex-user known only as Stevie began with a disparaging comment about the horrified and disgusted brigade who called out the Tartan Army for booing during the British national anthem. He was referencing a report that Rangers fans sung, "You can shove the Tartan Army up your arse and rule Britannia" during a recent match. So he's finding it quite acceptable for the people he supports to be completely rude against what other people think, but he doesn't want those people to be rude against his values. How very weird and one-sided and hypocritical. But then he is a very one-sided, hypocritical piece of human jetsam, isn't he? He's the sort of thing, if he fell overboard, you wouldn't stop the ship. Mr. Dornan was targeted by insults that dubbed him a poisoned dwarf, and in return, he painted an unpleasant image that referenced the royals. And despite the provocation, Miss Wells told the Scottish Express whatever abuse was being flung at him on social media, James Dornan should have known better to respond in this manner. She added, his constituents and the wider public will be wondering where his priorities lie when he's spending his time engaging with an anonymous account late at night rather than focusing on the issues that really matter. I can guarantee you alcohol had been taken because he's the sort that's going to sit there alone with his bottle of whiskey. If he can afford it, it's gone up to nearly 20 quid a bottle now in Scotland, isn't it? But he'd be gugging his whiskey down to, fulfill that empty void deep within inside that nasty, tiny frame. Over a series of posts, Mr. Dornan said, well, come on then, you effing coward. Put your name to it. Although I suspect you'll simply stay in your basement with your blow-up girlfriend and photos of royalty to keep you satisfied. Well, at least the guy's got a blow-up girlfriend and not just a five-fingered one. Hey, James. He added, I'll tell you what, Stevie, put your name to this and wait for my lawyer's letter, you effing moron. Oh, really? He's going to sue someone because they said some nasty words. What a sad, sad little piece of human waste he is. So, I'll tell you what, James Dornan. You've got me. Here's my site. You can contact me directly. Go on there. You'll see my email. Contact me directly. And I will tell you right now that I consider you to be a nasty, brutish bully, to be a completely inhuman, charmless, witless, politically inept, naive waste of space. Now sue me. He took to the app to say he's glad that this is his last term at Scottish Parliament. Let me tell you, you're not alone in that one. Many, many people, mostly your constituents, are also glad that this is your last term in the Scottish Parliament. And he says he won't be standing again. Well, once you get that much whiskey down your face, it's very hard, isn't it? The SNP has been approached for comment, but none has come because they are the effing cowards. They don't want to address the issue of Jamie Dornan, the man, the legend. I'm coming up. Can you imagine the true horror of waking up every morning, wandering into your bathroom, looking in the mirror and seeing the face of James Dornan looking back at you? It's no wonder the man is as nasty as he is. He must look at his inner demons and realise that they've leaked out and they've imbued his physical characteristics with his own deep self-loathing, his own bigotry, his own hatreds. Inside, he must be a writhing mass, of worms, of insects, of creeping, crawling things, all of which are separate little individual hates and loathings of the people he spends his whole day with. He must have an empty life to be that nasty like that to everyone. It's not even an existence, is it? His whole life has been filled with hate and loathing. Never a moment's joy. People with joy aren't like that. People with joy in their life don't look always for the snide, for the cynical, and for the hate in other people. And yet that's all he does. He is, just a waste of space. Now, he's moaning about trolling. Now, I get trolls. You know this. Anyone who reads the comments, most of them are, very positive. But occasionally you'll get the lunatic fringe come out and make awful comments. Do you know what I do? I just delete them. If they're a personal attack, I delete them. If they're nasty, I delete them. Now, there is one or two, and they'll know who they are, that I do engage with, SNP supporters or whatever, that I do engage with because they are critical, but they're critical of what I say, or they're critical of the point I make. Sometimes they call me an idiot, and that's fine. I'm not gonna take someone down for calling me an idiot. But when it gets very personal, then they come down. But I don't object to people arguing against the point, or arguing against the argument, or putting an alternative viewpoint up. I don't have a problem with that, because I am not that kind of innerly, hate-filled bigot. That's what I'm not. I'm not a hate-filled bigot. I'm someone who points out the truth. Now, they don't like it, and that's fine. Let them live in their little world of delusion. But the likes of Jamie Dornan can't do that, and he has to fight back. But you know, as I say, he's been sitting there, he's been drinking all night, he's seen something he don't like, and the old keyboard warrior comes out and he bashes away. Oh, what an inadequate little man he truly is. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. We are growing. We've grown quite a bit yesterday. Thank you very much. You were all very, very kind yesterday, those of you who hit the subscribe button. But if you are watching and you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, now is the time if you're a regular viewer. And if you're a new viewer, now is definitely the time. And to all of you, I wish to say thank you very much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, stay well. And remember, it isn't going to be long now. And Jamie Dornan will be released into the wild, where hopefully a bigger boy will eat him up. Bye.